I know.
In the last lesson, we learned about quadratic functions. How can you tell if an equation is a quadratic function? What has it got in it? Oh boy. It's got an x squared. Okay? If it just has an x, it's a line. If it's got an x squared, it's a parabola. And we talked about how to graph some parabolas, how the basic parabola, where the vertex starts at 0, 0, as well as parabolas that moved up and down or left and right. Okay? We're going to finish by talking about what happens if there's a number in front of a parabola or a negative sign. So we're actually going to graph 6 parabolas. Okay? This one, we know. Okay? Vertex is at 0, 0. And then we move one across, one up, 2 across, 4 up, and that's y equals x squared, or f of x equals x squared. Remember, they mean the same thing. Okay, so we graphed that one yesterday. Okay, this one is new. So there's the number 2 in front of the x squared, which means that we have to take every x coordinate, square it, and times it by 2 to get the y. Okay? Well, if I plug in 0, what's 0 squared? Times 2? Still 0. So it starts here too. If I plug in 1, well, in x squared, 1 squared is 1. But what's 1 squared? Times 2. So that means instead of going 1, 1, it goes 1, 2. And 2, well, 2 squared times 2. So instead of going up 4, it goes up 8. And it would do that on the other side, because negative 1 squared is 1 times 2 is 2. Negative 2 squared times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. Notice that 2x squared, it's narrower. It climbs quicker. What about a half x squared? Well, let's try 0. 0 squared times a half. So it also starts with 0. So let's stop doing 1. 1 squared times a half. 1 times a half is 1/2. So instead of going up 1 with the basic one, I only go up a half. And with 2 squared times a half. That's 1/2 times 4. 2. So instead of going up 4, I only go up 2. And the same thing would happen on the other side. So notice that this one is wider than x squared. So if the bigger the number is, the narrower it becomes. The smaller the number is, as long as it's bigger than 0, the wider it becomes. Okay, well, let's go back. Think of our basic one, the purple one, x squared. This time there's just a negative in front. So let's do a table of values. 0 squared and negative 0 is still 0, right? 1 squared, and then attach a negative to get negative 1. 2 squared, attach a negative to get negative 4. And the same thing would happen on the other side. What happens to the parabola? Sorry? Yeah, flipped upside down. So you can see that's what a negative does in front. It flips it upside down. So this is y equals negative x squared. What's y equals 2x squared? Sorry, negative 2x. Sorry, it's a negative a half or negative 2x. Negative 2x squared. Wouldn't it be just the blue one flipped upside down? Because the negative, like this is 2x squared, but as soon as I put a negative in front, it flips upside down. So it's this one. So 1 across, 2 down. 2 across, 8 down. And this is negative 2x squared. And finally, negative a half x squared. Well, that would be the same as positive a half x squared, flipped upside down. So look at the green one, flip all the points. Well, I'm going to pick a different color here. Need a different color. No, don't move these things. Oh my, oh, stop it. Okay, I am completely wrecking this. All right, well. I don't know what color I'm going to use. Let's use a dash of yellow. So it's the green one flipped upside down. So it's here, here, and here, here, and here, and it's wider. And this is y equals So what happens when there's a number in front of the x squared? It makes it narrower or wider. What happens if there's a negative in front of the x squared? It flips it upside down. Okay? And that was, if you remember the formula I gave you yesterday for the vertex form, that's represented by A, the letter A. Let's just do a little a quick little review of the properties. We're not going to do all 6. We're only going to do 3 of them. So the negative x squared one, the one that I get in red. What's the vertex? 0. What's the vertex? We know how to read points, don't we? We read two numbers. 0, 0. Okay. What's the domain? Negative infinity to positive infinity. Good. Be careful with the range now, because it's upside down. What's the lowest y value? Negative infinity, and it goes all the way up to and including, what's the highest y value? 0, and it includes it. Remember how to find the axis of symmetry and the min or max value. So the equation of the axis of symmetry is always going to be the x coordinate of the vertex. So x equals 0. Does this one have a minimum value, it bottoms out, or a maximum value? Maximum, because it tops out, doesn't it? So it's a maximum value. Because it opens down. And where is that maximum value? It's at the y coordinate of the vertex. Oh, no. Vertex. -3, -2. Domain. Range. Axis of symmetry equation. Minimum or maximum? Minimum. I'll just put min because it opens up. Where? Perfect. Perfect. Okay. How many more do I have here? Just one more. Oh, this one is insane. If you get this one, you know what you're doing. Okay, let's get the vertex. First of all, what's A? Right, so that means two things are going to happen. It's going to flip because there's a negative, and it's going to stretch because there's a quarter. What's H? Be careful. -1, and K, +1. So we do H and K first. So normally we start here, 0, 0, but this equation tells me I've got to move to the left 1 and up 1. So I got the vertex. Up or down?
Down.
Down because of this negative. So now you're thinking 1, 1, 2, 4. Notice going down now. But there's a quarter in front. So instead of going 1 across 1 down, I go 1 across a quarter of 1 down, which is how much? What's a quarter of 1? Tell me it's a fraction. What's 1/4 times 1? You guys are really overthinking this. Yes, 1/4. Anything times 1 is itself. So I go a quarter down. Oh, this is going to be a wide one. Normally I'd go 2 across 4 down, but instead of going 4 down, I go
1.
4 times a quarter, or 1 down. So this is a really wide one. What's the vertex? Domain? Range? This one will be a little different. Negative infinity to 1, yes. Axis symmetry equation. X equals -1. Max or min? Max, because it opens down at y equals, good. Well done. This will take some practice, but you'll get used to it. Okay? So just remember, this sort of summarizes everything. We've already written this, what A, H, and K control. Whenever you have an equation like this, the vertex will always be whatever the value of H is, comma, whatever the value of K is. If there's nothing for H, we put 0. If there's nothing at the end, we put K as 0. The equation of the axis of symmetry will be X equals H. If A is positive, that means it opens up. So the min value will be Y equals whatever the Y coordinate of the vertex is. But if A is negative, that means it opens down. So there's going to be a maximum value. Yeah. Okay, and I think there's a last page which is like really long, like a big gray page. Yeah, that's not really like that. That just summarizes everything we did. Okay.